First preseason game. Here we come. Let's preview this Mama Jam. What is up, Finn fans? I am so excited to do my first preview of the NFL season. Now, this is preseason, so it's not the first preview of the legit NFL season, but it still feels nice to do somewhat of a preview for the preseason game. Now, for all you guys who are new to the channel, who haven't been rocking with me since last season, first off, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. I love every single one of you. And if that weirds you out by me telling you I love you, then I don't love you. I like you like a friend. But yes, this is how it works, and this is how the season's going to work. Give you a little rundown. I'm going to be, I think Mondays, I'm going to do a deeper dive. I'm going to stick with that of the previous game, and if I can get access to the All-22, I'll try to bring in some breakdown footage where I could talk about certain plays that were either good or bad. So that'll be Monday's breakdown. Then Wednesday, before the Thursday game, I'm debating whether I keep the picks. I think I might just do the picks with just me and my dad, or just do the picks in general, and I pick every game of the week. Then a Friday is the preview for that Sunday's game. Sunday, I will be live streaming the game, and then Sunday after the game, you get your post-game reaction. So in a nutshell, you get, 4 or 5 videos a week from Jaboy during the season. So give you a little preview. We're breaking down preseason week 1 in Chicago versus the Chicago Bears. If you don't know what that's from, it's from Saturday Night Live back in the 90s or 80s. I think it was 90s, where shit, the Bears. But this preview isn't going to be like my usual previews during the season. I'm essentially just going to talk about who I think is going to be playing, what we can expect, what we can look for, all that stuff. Real quick, though, before I jump into that, I have to shout out my 2 guys, that being Backroom Collections, fantastic artwork. I always pop it up, let you guys know. They do Dolphin stuff, but they don't just do NFL or even just Dolphins. They do NHL, MLB, whatever you guys want. It's backroomcollections.net. Link is in the description. Use the promo code DDW. You get yourself 10% off. And patchvibes.com. They got some great stuff over there. T-shirts, pins, patches, hats, all that great stuff. Use the promo code DDW2 to get yourself 20% off. I'll pop up some great stuff they have there. They got that Bass Pro Shop hat. Now they have shirts. I might grab myself one of those. Also, yesterday, I talked about Andrew Van Ginkel being in a boot. I don't know who tweeted it out. I don't have it saved, but I know one of the beat writers tweeted it out. He put AVGs in a boot. So I wrote it down because that's what I do. But it wasn't AVG. It was Vince Beagle, my guy that came on the channel. So just to correct that. So now looking at Saturday's game, tomorrow's game at 1 o'clock, this is who I think. Now I'm predicting it. I don't know as of me recording this. I'm recording this Thursday night. So for all the patrons and members, you guys are seeing it as soon as I'm done recording. That is one of the perks of being a member, aka Patreon. This is who I think won't be playing tomorrow. The usual suspects that have been limited, right? With Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson, Hunter Long, Eichenberg, Vince Beagle being that he was in a boot the other day, and Jalen Phillips being that they were limiting him. Now, there are possibilities of other guys added to that, some veterans that maybe don't need to see the field, or, that aspect, right? So as of right now, I have about 6 or 7 that I don't think will play tomorrow. But again, I don't know. I'm recording this Thursday night and they haven't released who is and who isn't playing. So I'd be surprised if there aren't more names added to this list. Now, what to expect / what to see? I honestly, I expect Tua to be playing. I just found out that Justin Herbert will not be playing his first preseason game, but I do expect Tua to play his first preseason game. I do not expect him to be out there for long. I expect him to be out there for maybe a series. And a series, it doesn't matter what it is. They hand off the ball 2 times, get tackled for a loss. It's now 3rd and 13. He tries to fit a pass in. He gets it for 10 yards. They're done. Punt. Everyone will blame Tua. Oh my God, Tua sucks, even though whatever. He's done for the day. That's what I see. 1 series. I'd like that series to be him moving the ball down the field and scoring a touchdown. But again, if the running game gets stuffed for lost yardage and the offensive line doesn't let anything happen and he's not running with any of the starting receivers, we all know he's going to get blamed for it because apparently the NFL is a quarterback sport, not a team sport. But yes, I don't expect to see Tua for long, even on the defensive front. I don't expect to see Xavier Howard tomorrow. I might add that to the list. Xavier Howard, maybe even Byron Jones. I don't expect to see either of those guys tomorrow. Let me write that down. See how many of these I get right. Howard or Jones, I don't expect to see tomorrow because why? That's what you need to think, right? When it comes to the preseason, it's for me, somebody asked, or said preseason's dumb. Only like 40-year-olds and above actually care about preseason. I'm 33. And I care about the preseason because I'm not able to go to training camp. So this is my first time seeing these guys play, and especially against opponents that don't know their cadences and the stuff that they do consistently. It's good for me to get a fresh set of eyes on it to see how good is this team, even though it's the most vanilla play calls you ever see in your entire life. That's why preseason is important to me. But if you know it, like, we don't need to see Xavier Howard. We don't need to see Byron Jones. We don't even need to see Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, Albert Wilson. Those are the guys that you're probably not going to see play. Might not even see Agba play. Again, Jalen Phillips or guys that have this little nagging injury, you're not going to see them play. So you might see the Chicago Bears 1s going against the Miami Dolphins 2 on defense because they might just be like, defense is fine. It's the offense we need to see more from. It's the offensive line we need to see more from. So that's where you're going to see it. But what to expect / what to see, right? Keep beating around the bush. Again, I expect 1 drive from Tua, maybe 2. I think the game against the Atlanta Falcons home, you'll probably see more from Tua. I think they should use that as a dress rehearsal, but they might use the Bengals game on the 29th as the dress rehearsal, but I would use the Falcons game as the dress rehearsal. So you might see Tua for 1 or 2 series. I want to see how this offensive line is doing. I'm hearing up and down things. I'm hearing, again, I can't see it because they're in Chicago, but I'm hearing like Omar Kelly saying, nope, Tua did horrible. I'm seeing his arm isn't this. I'm hearing the offensive line struggle, this and that. But then I hear from like Travis Wingfield. I'm hearing from Alan Paupet, I hope I said his name right. I'm hearing from like 3 or 4 other beat writers that Tua did well and the offensive line is doing well. We got some big run blocks and I'm hearing good things. It's like I'm torn. I'm like, well, which one is it? Because I do respect what Omar Kelly says and I respect what the other guys say. So I'm torn. So I get to see it with my own eyeballs. So I want to see what the offensive line can do. They probably won't be going against the number 1 defensive front for long. I don't expect Khalil Mack to be out there long. I don't expect a lot of the Bears guys to be out there long or even play. I'm not even going to try to predict to you what Chicago is going to be doing. You guys can comment below if you're Chicago Bear fans. Let us know how many of you guys are going to be playing. But what I want to see is movement, right? Say Tua moves the ball down the field and we end up kicking a field goal from their 35. I'm happy with that. Got some movement. I want to see the ball placement. I want to see him get rid. I want to see Tua, in however brief of a series he has, do things that I had a problem with last year. But Doug, you had a problem with some of Tua's plays last year? I thought you were a Tua stan. I like to call you a Tua stan because you defend him over stupid take. Well, other me. Yes, I have some problems with Tua's plays last year. Does that mean that he played like garbage? Does that mean he's a bust? No, not at all. I didn't know that you can have problems with Tua and not be a Tua stan or a Tua hater. Those people exist. Yes, I am one of them. Thank you. Hope you enjoy that skit. Yes, I had problems with some of Tua's plays last year. And I want to see him develop and do better. He holds the ball too long. He questions himself too much. He's not decisive in his throws. I'm not blaming. Now, one of the things that he did struggle with, which I kind of put on the play calling or the playbook in general, is the reading of the defenses. Because Tua's actually pretty good at reading defenses. He did it a lot in college, and I think a lot of him not being prepared for last season, which again is his own fault, and him having the playbook where, again, I broke this down. I forgot the name of the guy who did a great breakdown of what the offense was for Tua, which is essentially you have like two slants on your left, you got a 50-50 ball on your two slants on your right, 50-50 ball on your left. If these aren't open, or if the single high safety goes to the right, you just throw it up to Devontae Parker. That was your plays. You had two options. Then the Denver Broncos disguised their over the top coverage and it screwed with him. I don't put that all on him. So I want to see more of him being decisive, getting the ball out. I don't want to see him holding the ball and taking stupid sacks. You know, if you're trying to throw the ball down the field, that's all fine and dandy. But once you hit 2-3 seconds in your head and you look, oh, no, just drop it off. I don't care if people call him check down to it. Get the ball out, because you got guys now with speed that if you drop it down to them, they're going to make some plays. So that's what I want to see from him. I want to see the offensive line get push. I want to see a good run game going. I want to see the opposite. I want to see the defensive line stop the run. I want to see them get off the court, get after the quarterback. I want to see progress from this team. I want to see the things that they kind of struggled with last year to slowly be getting better. But it is the first preseason game. This is the first time you shake off the cobwebs. But I'm excited. I'm so excited to finally watch Dolphins football. I'll be live tomorrow. I'm going early. I'm going at like 12:45. I'm going to be live. Come hang out. It's going to be a blast. But comment below. What do you guys expect to see? What are you guys looking for the first preseason game? Comment below. And I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. This comment comes from Sergio Martinez. I don't know why. I just really like that name. Sergio Martinez. I'm dumb. It says, comment of the day. Doug, regarding the 10 win that we had last year, do you think we deserve them, or at some point we got lucky and the 10-6 was not realistic with how we play and our overall talent? Also, I think that 10 wins this season would be more realistic to the talent we have on paper now. Now, this isn't directed towards you, Sergio, so I don't want you to be like, what the flip? I hate that saying. Well, they got lucky. Look how easy their schedule was. Look at this. Look at that. You play the schedule. You play the schedule you were dealt. The people act like that the Miami Dolphins last year were the only team to face these teams, and that was it. The whole AFC East has the same exact schedule except for two teams. Two teams. The same exact schedule. They play the same divisions, and then they play two teams that had the same place at the end of, like, the first or second place at the end of the season. That's it. This year, it's now three teams that are different. They have the same exact schedule. So to say, you had an easy schedule, we had a harder schedule, you didn't. It was the same exact schedule. The only difference is if you're home or away. That might be the only difference. And 3 games this year. It's the same schedule. Stop it. Again, Sergio, this isn't to you. Your question is very valid, though. Did they get lucky? No. There is luck in football. I almost said there's no luck in football. But there's not enough luck for you to win 10 games. Now, you could say the 49ers being injured was lucky, or maybe the 49ers just didn't take care of their players. But no, I don't think it was luck. I think it was the team was prepared. The team had a very good defense and used that defense and played to the advantages. Last year, the Dolphins went 10-6. Tua started 9 games. A lot of people want to either blame Tua for we could have won more, or they want to blame Tua that, hey, we won 10 games with him. It's a combination of both. The Dolphins were incredibly smart, and this goes right to Brian Flores, incredibly smart with the way they went about their season last year. They had an incredibly good defense that was very good in the 20s and very good at taking the ball away. So they played to that advantage. Tua also knew this, and he was smart with the ball. He knew, I got a defense that is causing turnovers, that is shutting guys down. I'm not going to make dumb throws. I'm not going to force the ball. I'm a rookie. I'm still learning this offense. I'm still learning how to play NFL football. I'm going to play it smart. So I'm going to take what is given to me. Were they checkdowns? about 50% of them were, 10-yard passes, 10 to 5-yard passes. So it's very smart football. Also, very smart football in the aspect of the Denver Broncos game and the Oakland Raiders game, especially the Oakland Raiders game, right? When Tua got pulled, I think the score was like 13-13. The Denver Broncos game, I think they were down by 3 when Tua got pulled. Neither one of those games were so far gone that Tua might not have won them the game. Not saying he did, not saying he could have or he couldn't have, but the Dolphins were smart enough to know we are in the playoff hunt. We are in the playoff race. We have a very good opportunity to continue to stay there. We can either keep the kid in and have him have a learning experience, or we can put the vet in who knew the offense for 5 years that gives us a better chance to win. And they did it. The Broncos game kind of backfired because Fitz threw an interception on 3rd down from the 15, I think it was. The Raiders game kind of benefited because of a stupid blown coverage and a face mask call. So they played it smart. They played it incredibly smart to get to the 10 wins and knew when to pull Tua or not to pull Tua, let him play, all those things. Because the Patriot game, Tua wasn't playing, Tua was playing well, but the team wasn't. Tua had his interceptions, but then he had the 2 rushing touchdowns. The team was kind of struggling there. We held Cam Newton to no touchdowns, but they were still marching up and down the field. They didn't pull Tua in that game. And for a fact, if the San Diego Chargers were in the playoff hunt when they played the Bills and the Patriots back-to-back, Justin Herbert would have got pulled in both those games because they were blowout centrals. So, just saying. No, I don't think it's lucky. I think it was very smart moves by the Dolphins to play to their advantages. Hope I answered your question, Sergio. Sergio, very good question. Thank you so much. I went off on like a 5-6 minute tangent on that one. I appreciate it. But that is the video, guys. I will see you tomorrow at 12:45 for the first Miami Dolphins football. Yes, it's preseason, but the first Miami Dolphins football. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 12:45 p.m. Very excited for that. But other than that, guys, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.